Right, beautiful people, beautiful people. What is up? What is up, everybody? Wonderbro here with Vacay Fear. I'm going to get the comments pulled up on my end, so it's going to be a little bit dark in here for a second, considering my second monitor is really my light source. There we go. We've got comments pulled up. Let's see who's going to be first in here today. I'm curious. I'm always curious now. You guys started your little battle over who gets first each day, so now I'm invested. I'm invested. Let's see who's going to grab that first spot in the comments today. While we're waiting on that, let's hop on over to the Discord, let everyone know that we are live. Do that real quick. There we go. There we go. Also, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for the recent growth that we are experiencing here on the channel. Because honestly, guys, it feels like we just broke 10K not long ago, and we're already almost 100 people more here on the channel. That's crazy. Let's see, Mike. Mike is gonna come in and grab that first spot. What's up, Mike? How you doing, dude? Michael, what's up, man? Welcome. Mike in the evening. What's up, guys? Yeah, it's about 5:30 here, so we're back on track with our stream time. So yeah, it's good to see everybody, man. Good to see everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying the new content as far as like the YouTube Shorts go and the TikTok. The TikTok is something I'm not really extremely focused on, but I will say it is a lot of fun. It has been a lot of fun making TikToks. I don't know why I didn't jump on that bandwagon a little sooner, but hey, it's been a lot of fun, and I do appreciate all the support and all the love. Madison, what's up, Madison? Love you more. Mike, 5:38 p.m. here. Okay, so same time zone, same time zone. All right. All right. We're going to give it a few minutes, guys. We're going to let some people get in here who want to watch us live, and then we'll get started with the point of today's stream. What are we going to be talking about today, chat? We're going to be talking about anxiety recovery. Are you willing to leave it alone? Right? Now, for years, literally for years and years and years, we have talked about the importance of allowing your feelings for what they are, accepting your feelings, feeling your feelings, right? And also to allow and accept those negative intrusive thoughts instead of working yourself up into this internal battle, this internal involvement. We have talked about this for years. So there comes a point, and there will come a point in your recovery, and there will come a point in your life where you have to ask yourself that question. Am I willing? Am I willing to leave it alone? Am I willing to allow my feelings for what they are? Am I willing to allow my monkey mind to say what it wants to say without getting so invested, without becoming so invested? What does that mean? Without becoming so worried, so worked up, aka second fear. So there will come a point in your journey, and there will come a point in your life. This is not just good anxiety advice, this is good life advice. Get with it, right? There will come a point where you have to ask yourself that question. Are you willing to leave it alone? Or are you just going to keep going around and digging your fingers in this thing, right? Into this cut. That's the way that we put it here on the channel. You got this cut on your arm. We call this your anxiety. You're going to keep digging your fingers in it and getting it infected, or are you finally just going to leave it the fuck alone and let yourself heal and use acceptance? That's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. It's going to be a good one. You don't want to miss out. And if you're in a habit of missing out, make sure you got that YouTube notification bell turned on, right? I know it's not the best. I know it doesn't deliver notifications like it should, but hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. Abel, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Mint, what is up, Mint? Good to see you here. We've already got a handful of people in here, so there's a few things I want to say, and then we'll get started. All right. TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok. Vacate Fear. You're missing out if you're not. I do a lot of funny stuff over there. It's a good time over on the TikTok. The link is in the chat. Also, I want to say I've been doing as many coaching sessions as I possibly can here recently. That's something that I've kind of thrown out there for people that are interested. I know a lot of you prefer to watch the streams, but there is a good amount of people that do want that one-on-one experience. And if you fall into that category, don't miss out. Don't be shy. Reach out to me. You can toss me a DM on the Discord. You can toss me a DM Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Okay, your best bet's probably the Discord, but you can toss me a DM on pretty much anything. Vacate Fear, and I will eventually. Okay, I will eventually get back to you. I will do my absolute best to get back to you. Okay, I will do my best. So don't be shy if you're interested in a one-on-one. If you want to get on the phone with me, and we'll talk to you for about an hour, and we'll answer any questions that you have for some life coaching. So if you're interested in life coaching, get up with me. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead, get this party started. Are you willing to leave it alone? Kenneth in chat says, what is the best advice about life? We're getting ready to get into that. So are you willing, man, to leave it alone? I don't know how many days, I don't know how many weeks, I don't know how many months, I don't know how many years you've been at this internal battle with yourself, which means you wake up every single day with this worried mindset, always responding to every negative thought you have, always responding to every little feeling you have with some sort of story, always telling yourself some sort of story, right? Which means you're always worrying, right? I don't know how long you've been going down this path. Probably for a while. If you're here now, chances are probably for a while. I better turn that off. There we go. We're not starting soon. We are started. So I don't know how long you have been on this path. I don't know how long you have been in this habit of messing with your feelings, messing with your anxiety, messing with your thoughts, always getting involved. Now, I understand you're a human, and it's natural, right? It's natural to want to get involved. It's natural to want to help yourself. You're a human, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for wanting to help yourself. But you have to understand something. When we're talking about that monkey mind, right? All these thoughts coming and going. When we're talking about that anxiety, that caveman anxiety, right? When we're talking about these things, okay? When you get involved, when you're always wanting to get involved, when you're always running upstairs to the mental drawing board telling stories about my life and about my feelings and arguing with this thought and arguing with that thought, when you're constantly in a habit of doing this, and what does this all come down to? Worry, the habit of worry. When you're constantly in the habit of doing this, you are gassing the fire to an unbelievable degree. And people come to me and they say, well, Wonder Bro, what's the secret? How do I stop gassing this fire? You're right. I've been what I would consider an anxious person for years now, Wonder Bro. What do I do about it, man? Okay, I get it. Just tell me what to do about it. And I say, that's the thing. You're trying too hard to do something about it. Don't you get it? You're trying too hard to do something about it. This journey is not about doing something about it. That's what you've been trying to do for years. You've been trying to do something about it. Maybe we should stop trying to do something about these feelings and about these thoughts. And like I said, I understand where you're coming from, but that's the problem. Maybe we should try to stop doing something about all of these anxious symptoms and all of these negative thoughts. And that's exactly what Dr. Claire Weeks realized when she understood the concept of second fear, when she come up with the concept of second fear. She understood that for so long you've been trying to do something about these thoughts and do something about these feelings, and maybe there needs to come a point where we say it is what it is. And some people say, well, I've been suffering with this for so long and it feels so deep and it feels so personal, and you're going to come on here and you're going to tell me that the solution to my anxiety problems and the negative thoughts that I experience is it is what it is? That's what you're going to tell me? You got some nerve, buddy. And I'm going to say, do you want help or do you not? Because you're more than welcomed to continue to fight this battle, if you'd like. You're more than welcomed to continue to try to do something about this anxiety and to try to do something about these thoughts. You're more than welcome to continue fighting with your mind. Go for it, bud. Go for it. But if you want help, it's right here. Right? Right? Thank you, Mint. Thank you, Mint, so much. If you want help, it's right here. So you're more than welcomed. You're more than welcome to continue down the path that you're going. You're more than welcome to continue to try to do something about it. You're absolutely more than welcome. You're a grown adult. Nobody's stopping you, right? But at some point, I've got to ask you, how long have you been trying to do something about it? How long have you been trying to fight these thoughts and try to rationalize with these thoughts and reason with these thoughts? It's something you're doing every day, dude. It's to the point where every single day, right? You're up there in your head trying to do something about it. How far has that gotten you, right? Now, when I come at you and I say you're more than welcome to continue down the path you're going, I'm not saying that to be a dick. I'm saying that to be honest. I can't stop you from doing what you're doing. But I can come on here and I can tell you the problem is you keep trying to solve the problem. So how about for once you give acceptance a try, right? How far has the fighting gotten you? How far has the constantly trying to rationalize with this monkey mind gotten you? Every time you get up there and you try to fight with these thoughts, you're trying to rationalize with it. You're not actually being rational. You're doing what we call worry, right? And how far has that gotten you? Does it actually get your mind to shut up? Not for long, even if it does, period. If it does, it's not for long, right? So how far has this very stressful battle of constantly trying to play the police officer of your mind gotten you? Constantly trying to play the security, constantly trying to get up there and reason with this monkey that lives in your head. How far has any of this gotten you? It's gotten you here on my channel because it didn't work. If it worked, you would have never showed up here, right? Huh? Huh? Can we agree on that? If it worked, you would have never showed up here. So people come to me and they're like, "Why am I so tired? Why am I so exhausted? Why am I so anxious?" I say, "How long have you been trying to fix your anxiety?" And they say, "Well, I've been trying since fucking '96, dude." Okay, well maybe we should stop trying. Maybe you should stop trying to fix your anxiety and you should let it run its course. Maybe you should stop trying to play the security guard and the bodyguard of your mind 24 hours a day. That's an exhausting job for anybody. And guess what? That job doesn't have any benefits. That job doesn't have a retirement plan. So maybe you should quit that fucking job, right? Because you're always up in your head working yourself up. You get a thought, immediately, boom, as quick as you can, you're right up there, buddy. You're on it. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you why that's not true, and let me rationalize with that and try to reason with that, and blah, 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 blah. Shut up, okay? Because every time you get a thought, it's boom. To the races we go. We're right up there. We're playing bodyguard. We're playing the police officer. We're playing the security guard. We're trying to keep this shit in order. We're trying to rule this thing, right? And you've been doing this for a long time and you're tired. And guess what? Your nerves are tired too. Because guess what? That job doesn't pay off. Because every time you get up there, boom, straight to the races, trying to reason with these thoughts and rationalize with these thoughts and trying to use logic and whatever else you do to try to fight with your mind, it's not paying off. You're not getting anywhere. You're stressing yourself out. You're working yourself up. You're just pissing your mind off. Anything you touch up there is gassed, right? So people come to me and they say, "Well, I've been trying to get this thing under control for since '97, man." And I'm like, "Well, damn, maybe you should stop." And they're like, "What do you mean? I got to stay on the ball. I got to be on top of this thing." I'm like, "Well, damn, have you ever stopped to consider that maybe that's why this thing keeps rolling? Have you ever stopped to consider that maybe your fight is the reason it keeps going? Have you ever stopped to consider that what you feed grows?" Right? And they're like, "So you're telling me I should just leave it alone?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Yeah, leave it alone." That means next time you're in bed and you get a negative thought about this bad thing that might happen, you don't have anything to say anymore. You quit your job. You retired as the security guard. You no longer work in that office, right? And now that might not be the most comfortable thing in the world. The mind might keep yelling at you. It might even cause some physical symptoms, right? But you're retired. You retired from that job, right? You retired from that job. You're no longer working that job anymore. So the mind comes in and it says, "Hey, bud, remember this thought? Hey, bud, this bad thing might happen. Hey, bud, what about this physical symptom?" Right? And you take a step back and you say, "I retired. I quit working there. I retired. I quit working there because that job wasn't paying off. That job that I had as a security guard in my own mind, it wasn't paying off, dude. It just stressful ass job. It didn't pay well. All it got me was stressed and worked my nerves up even more. I retired from that job." So the mind says, "Are you sure? What about this? And what about this? And what about that?" We call these negative intrusive thoughts. And you say, "Bud, I retired. I don't know. Take it up with somebody else. I retired." Right? And that might not be the most comfortable thing you've ever practiced because you're in a bad habit of getting involved. You don't know how to shut up, right? But I'm teaching you. So that might not be the most comfortable thing that you've ever had to do in your life. That might not be the funnest thing that you've ever had to do in your life, right? But anytime this mind comes in, it's like, "Hey, bud, time to clock on. It's time to get going. It's time to get this day going. I want you involved in every single fucking thing I have to say, and I want you fighting it tooth and fucking nail," right? And you say, "You know what? I retired, fucko. I retired a long time ago." So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, and these feelings can do whatever the fuck they want to do, but I'm retired because I'm tired. I'm tired, dude. I've been fighting this thing for 12 years. I'm tired. And now I'm starting to realize that it was all a fucking lie. It was all a joke. I thought I had to fight this thing. I didn't realize I didn't have to. I didn't realize that by me fighting it, I was keeping my nerves worked up. I didn't realize that by me fighting it, I wasn't keeping my head above water. I was keeping myself underwater this whole time, right? I didn't realize that, so I fought the good fight for years and years. But now that I realized it, I'm retired, right? I'm no longer clocking in and playing the fucking security guard of every thought and every feeling that I have. I'm retired. I'm not doing it any longer. So when that thought comes that says this bad, horrible fucking thing might happen, right? I'm retired. I'm tired. I want to heal. I'm not doing this job anymore because I don't have to. Now I got this guy on YouTube who told me that I'm wasting my time. I got this guy on YouTube who told me doing this job is the reason I stay the way I'm staying. So now that I know all this and I know about acceptance and I know how that when I get involved and fight with my thoughts and feelings, it's just causing my nerves to pop off even more. And now I'm in this back and forth cycle. Now that I realize all of this, I'm retiring. I'm retiring from playing the fucking police officer of my mind 24 hours a day and my body, right? I don't want you to hold it against yourself that you didn't know. You're a human. Of course you want to help yourself. I don't want you to hold it against yourself that you had no idea. Of course you didn't have any idea. That's why I'm here, to give you an idea, right? But now that you know the ball's in your court, are you ready to leave it alone? Or are you going to keep playing the job of police officer and fighting with your mind and body every single day? Every thought you get, boom, right off to the races we go. Every feeling we get, boom, right off to the races we go. Let's tell a fucking story about it. Every thought we get, boom, right off to the races we go. Let's fight with it. So you're fighting with all your thoughts and feelings every single day. You started this habit because you didn't know any better. But now that you know better, you got no fucking excuses. You can retire from that job and you can practice that. You know, you might be itching to get back into it. You might be itching to get back into it. But it's time to retire. It's time to quit. You're tired, dude. You're tired. How long are you going to do this? Right? Thank you, Abraham. I will address all of those in just a moment. But how long are you going to do it? You know? How long are you, at the end of the day, how long are you going to do it? How long are you going to do it? Are you going to continue every single thought you got? Like Ray in the comments right now just made a comment and said, I broke down and cried unconditionally with the fear of breaking down again. So basically what he done was, his monkey mind said, here's a thought, you might break down again, and you, boom, right off to the races. You got up there with it, instead of just saying, ha, gotcha, there you are. That thought's kind of heavy, but I retired. I fucking retired from getting involved with you a long time ago. You make me uncomfortable. You gave me some anxiety, but I caught you. I seen you say that shit. Your mind says, oh, you might break down again. Instead of going boom right off to the races, you take a step back and you said, dude, I'm fucking retired. That's your problem. That's your problem now. That's what you say to the mind. It's not my problem. It's your problem. Sounds like a you problem, buddy. Sounds like a you problem. I'm retired. I don't work there anymore. Right? Or you can go ahead and clock in and follow that right down the rabbit hole. Skippity boot. Skippity boot. Right down the rabbit hole. Right? You can punch in, you can punch the time card and clock right in, and okay, let's get to work. Let me fight with you. Okay. Right? Or you can take a step back and say, bud, I'm retired. I quit that job a long time ago. You can say whatever the hell you want to say, talking to your negative thoughts. You can do whatever the hell you want to do, talking to your anxiety symptoms. But I'm retired. I'm not involved. This is not my problem anymore. You can do what you want to do. You can say what you want to say. You can you can toss all these thoughts my way. The anxiety can come, but I'm retired. Because I've been fighting it for 10 years and it ain't working. I'm staying so worked up that I don't know what to do with myself. Maybe I need to quit my job of trying to do something about all these thoughts and feelings. Right? Because that job doesn't pay. That job has no benefits. That job doesn't have a retirement plan. That job is 24 hours a day and it's stressing you the fuck out. So when we talk about anxiety recovery, it's all one big back and forth. Maybe I should grab the crystals. Maybe I should do the yoga. And there's a time and place for all these things. But if you're up in your head with this job of trying to play security guard of your thoughts and feelings all the time, well, guess what? You can throw the fucking crystals out the window, and you can toss the yoga mat in the garbage, and you can throw away the blender with all the green tea smoothies and whatever the fuck. You can throw that all away, because as long as you're still working your job as the security guard, trying to fight with your thoughts and feelings 24 hours a day, then all of that shit is fucking worthless. It's worthless. And that's why we've got people that come to me that get up every morning at 6 a.m. at the crack ass of dawn, and they run 2 miles, and they get up every evening and they run another 2 miles, and they do their afternoon yoga, and they play with their crystals, and they watch their affirmation videos, and they do all this bullshit, and they still come to me and they say, bro, I'm fucking miserable. And I say, bro, maybe it's time to ditch the yoga mat and retire as the job of trying to fight with all your thoughts and feelings, right? Bro, maybe it's time to stop trying to figure it all out, bro. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being healthy. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with making good life choices. But if you're going to do all that, you got to stop. You got to stop fighting with it all. You're not going to the root of the problem here, right? How do you retire from your feelings? You're not retiring from the feelings and thoughts. You're retiring from fucking fighting them. You're not retiring from the feelings. Can be there if they want to. The thoughts can come if they want to. Your job, okay, is to retire from fighting with it all, which means these thoughts come, okay, it's not my job to fight with them and to try to prove them wrong. So be it. These feelings come, okay, it's not my job to try to get in there and tell horror stories about them. None of this is my job anymore, right? So you get these thoughts, you get these feelings. It's not that you're trying to retire from them. It's not that you're trying to shut them down. You're retiring from the job of trying to do something about them all the time. So you get the thoughts, you get the feelings. That's out of your control. But what is your control is whether or not you fight with it all the time. So if I get a thought, like, in your case, Ray, when you said, your mind throwed you the thought, oh, you might break down again, boom, right off to the races, right? I want to get up there and I want to figure it out, and I bet you responded to that thought and you were like, oh God, what if that does happen, and I might lose my job, and then they're going to take my kids away, and then I can't afford this anymore, and then I can't pay the bills, and something like that. I don't know exactly what you told yourself, but the point of it is, I get these feelings, these anxious feelings, and I get these thoughts, and then boom, I'm right off to the races. I'm telling horror stories about the feelings, and I'm fighting with the thoughts. You're not trying to retire from the thoughts and feelings. They will burn themselves up naturally. What you're trying to retire from is always trying to prove them wrong, always trying to fight with them. So when you have that thought, oh, you might break down again, Ray, out of habit, you jumped up and you're like, I'm going to fight with this thought. I'm going to tell myself, oh, blah, 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 this, right? So you're not trying to retire from the thoughts and feelings. They'll take care of themselves as you heal. What you're trying to retire from is when that thought comes, oh, I might break down again, you say, huh, okay, well, I don't work up there anymore, buddy, so I've got nothing to say to that. And yes, that thought come, and it probably made you feel extremely fucking anxious. That's okay, too. You still are retired. You still don't work up there anymore. So even if the thought comes and it causes fucking panic, right? Let's take it to an extreme. Even if a thought comes and it even causes panic, you still don't work up there anymore, right? And I know that's easier said than done, because out of habit, you do want to go back up there and clock in and do all the blah, 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 right? So I know out of habit that's easier said than done. I get that. I'm not taking that away from you. I understand what you're going through. But at some point, you got to ask yourself, are you ready to leave it alone? Are you ready to clock out? Right? Hey, thank you so much for that. I will address all those tips in just a moment, I swear. So the question at the end of the day, and just to kind of wrap this stream up, is, are you ready to clock out and retire from this job, this very stressful job, right? Are you ready? And like I said, I know a lot of this stream, okay, I know a lot of this stream has been me pretty high energy and in your face. So I'm going to wrap it up with some love instead, all right? I'm going to wrap it up with some love instead. And don't get me wrong, that was love, but that was tough love. I'm going to wrap it up with some gentle love real quick, okay? I understand what you guys are going through. I understand it's not the easiest thing in the world. I understand these thoughts are scary sometimes. I understand these feelings are intense, man. I get it. Oof, boy, do I get it, right? I understand what you're going through, and I'm not trying to take that away from you. I was there too. Don't ever forget that I was there too. I'm not some guy that read about this in a textbook. I was right there with you, pissing in bottles at one point, right? I've been there. I've been there. You don't have to be there. Because of everything I just said, you don't have to be there. Next time these thoughts come, even if they cause strong feelings, or maybe the strong feelings come and then a thought follows, vice versa, doesn't fucking matter which way it comes, right? Vice versa, whatever. Thought first, feeling first, thought, whatever. You got to take a step back and you got to practice. This is not a one and done. You got to continue practicing taking that step back and reminding yourself, I don't work up here anymore. I retired a long time ago. For the sake of my health, for the sake of me wanting to have a healthier nervous system, for the sake of my healing, I retired from that job a long time ago. And that's going to cut out the second fear. That's going to cut out you continuing to beat your nerves to death. So I'm not trying to take it away from you that you're going through a tough time. I'm not trying to take it away from you that these feelings are intense, because my God, I know that they are. I'm not trying to take it away from you that these thoughts are fucking scary. Like Ray, for example. Dude, I know that's a scary thought to have. I'm not trying to take anything away from you, okay? I'm just trying to let you know that although these feelings are intense, and although these thoughts can be big, scary, I'm just trying to let you know that you don't work up here anymore. Because you've been doing that for so long, it's not gotten you anywhere. You're just stressing yourself out and beating your nerves to death and giving fuel to all this crap, right? So I'm not trying to take anything away from you. I understand what you're going through, right? And I feel for you. I really do. That's why I do what I do, right? But at the same time, I am letting you know that although I feel for you and although I understand what you're going through is not the easiest thing in the world, I do at the same time, because I care, and I'm not just here to hold your hand, because I care, I've got to also tell you that you got to cut your shit out. You got to cut this shit out, right? You got to retire from working up here. And when these thoughts and feelings come, you remind yourself, bro, I don't work there anymore. You can do what you want to do. And sometimes it's intense. And sometimes it's very tempting to want to get back up there and clock back in and start with all the bullshit. All the worry and the second fear and all the bullshit. Sometimes it's very tempting. Okay? And like I said, even though I feel for you and I understand what you're going through, because I was once there, because I genuinely care about wanting to see you get better, I have to also let you know that you got to cut your shit and you got to call yourself out on your shit. Because we can play with all the crystals that we want to, we can do all the yoga that we want to, we can drink all the health smoothies that we want to, okay? But as long as you're still working up there, which means fighting with your thoughts and feelings instead of taking a step back and saying, I don't work there anymore, as long as you're doing all that, you're not going to get where you want to be, right? You're going to get there one way or another. My God, you're going to get there one way or another. You're going to heal. I know it might not feel like it right now for some of you, but you're going to get there one way or another. It might feel like pulling teeth, but we're going to get there one way or another, right? And you don't have to be perfect at this, right, to make progress. You don't have to be perfect at this to make progress. But at the end of the day, I love you enough to tell you that you got to cut the shit. You got to cut the crap, dude. And some people say, well, listen to this guy. Listen to this guy. He's pulling a page out of the old high school coach's playbook and says, man up. I'm not telling you to man up. But at the same time, I am telling you, you got to cut the shit. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, this guy's just telling me, oh, fuck you, just deal with. No, I'm telling you that as long as you keep working up here and fighting with these thoughts and feelings, you're just prolonging this thing. You're just beating your nerves up. Stop doing so much work up here. So when these thoughts and feelings come, you take a step back and you say, okay, that's not my problem anymore. I don't work up there anymore, right? Because as long as you're working up here, can't you tell that you're tired? Can't you tell that you just keep stressing yourself out? Can't you see it? I'm sure you can see it. So now we just need to practice it. When these thoughts and feelings come, you got to take a step back time and time again. And you got to remind yourself, I don't work up there anymore. The thoughts can say what they want to say. The feelings can do what they want to do. I'm not adding to, right? So it's not that I'm trying to say, oh, fuck you, deal with it. But what I am trying to say is, you got to cut your shit. You got to cut your shit. And I say that because I genuinely care about you. I could come on here and kiss your ass and hold your hand all day long. But that's not going to produce somebody who's living a better life. So forget the kissing ass and the holding hands and the beating around the bush bullshit. Forget the suit and tie and the let me hold your fucking hand cross the road bullshit. You're here because you want help. So at some point in your life, you got to have somebody that sits you down and says, "Hey, you got to cut your shit." Every time these thoughts and feelings come, you got to shut the fuck up. You got to take a step back and you got to say, "I don't work up there anymore." Right? I'm not adding to this. So sure thing. I can get on here and kiss your ass all day long, right? But I care about you enough to say I want to see you get better. So I'm not going to do the kissing ass. I'm just going to say, "Hey, if this offends you, tough titty," right? I'm trying to help you. And if that offends you, there's plenty of other channels, okay? But at the end of the day, I want to see you get better. And you're not going to get better with me trying to kiss your ass. How you will get better is if I come on here and say, "Hey, when you have these thoughts, when you have these feelings, we need to practice acceptance." What does that mean? It means shut the fuck up. So when these thoughts and feelings come, you got to remind yourself, "I don't work up here anymore. I'm not getting involved with this crap anymore. I'm going to accept it for what it is instead of adding gas to the fire." That's what will help you, right? So for the people who actually want it, it's here, right? And for the people out there who's a little bit iffy, I hope you eventually join me and jump on board, because understand that I genuinely care about wanting to see you make progress. And that's why I put things the way that I put them, because I want to see you make progress. You're not here for any other reason. You're here for help. And I want to give that to you, right? And the best way to give somebody help is to be straightforward about it and to make them responsible and to make them accountable, right? So, again, at the end of the day, I love you guys, and that's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. And if I offended anybody with that rant for the past half hour, I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I want to help people. That's what I want to do. And sometimes to get through to people, you have to be straightforward about it. Sometimes to get through to people and to break through all this mental bullshit, you got to be straightforward about it, right? So if I offended you, I'm not sorry, but I do want to see you grow, and I do want to help you. I genuinely want you to feel better in life, and I genuinely want you to live the life that you deserve to live, right? So if you're offended, not sorry, but stick around anyway, and we'll try to get you to a point where you're practicing everything that I'm saying, and we can get you to a point where you're living the life that you deserve to live. All right? Now, with that being said, chat, let me take a few deep breaths cuz I'm running out of air. With that being said, chat, hello Nova. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to switch on over to the post stream and read some comments. Thank you guys for watching. Let's read some comments. Now, the tips that I didn't get around to because I was mid-rant there. We got a $10 tip. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. We got a tip from Lincoln here at $5. Says, "Bring it, Wonder Bro. Don't mind me just carrying on with your rant." Hey, just carry on with your rant. I appreciate that, Lincoln. Mint with the $6 tip. Says, "Sounds like it's going to be a great stream. I'll watch tomorrow. Good night." Thank you guys so much for your tips. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Let me get that updated here. And I think, okay, let me make sure I got everyone. I think I got everyone. Yeah, we're good. Okay, let me get that updated. I didn't miss anybody, I don't believe. All right, no, we're good. Okay, so that puts us at 21. Thank you guys so much for your tips. And like I said, I hope somebody really takes something out of this stream. I hope you understand now that a lot of this journey has to deal with cutting that bad habit. And how do you cut a bad habit? You got to hold yourself accountable. So I hope somebody takes something out of this little tough love stream because I do it, like I keep saying, because I genuinely freaking care, and I want to see you do better, and I don't want to waste your time. Basically, at the end of the day, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your time. I want to see you get better. So that's why I put things the way that I put them. Let's see. Hello, Wonder Bro. What's up, Pooty? Good to see you, dude. The reward comes afterwards. Yes, it's like we talked about in the fire analogy. Sometimes it takes time for the fire to burn out, but that's okay. At least you're not gassing it up anymore. Eventually, it will burn out. I really appreciate the tough love because I really want to beat this. Some days I worry I've let it gone too far and I can't be myself again. I need to not add to that anymore. You are absolutely correct. You've got the knowledge. You're starting to gain the knowledge. You're starting to get a firm understanding of this thing. You are absolutely correct. It's not about anxiety. It's bad for long term if I daydream so much, because sometimes I feel like that my life is boring because nothing interesting is happening. I feel like I don't live in reality. So a lot of people are stuck in their heads. A lot of people do a lot of daydreaming, which in itself is not necessarily a problem. But if you're kind of sick of that habit, then you absolutely can break it. You can break it by understanding and realizing when you're doing it and coming back to reality more often. So if you don't like that habit, you can change it. And that's the one thing I'm trying to teach you guys, is that you have the ability to change, right? And a lot of this change starts with being aware of the bad habit. Yo, Wonder Bro, what's up, man? What's up, Tony? Just stopping in. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. All right, guys. I am going to check my notifications. Follow me over on TikTok. Chat. Had 4 days in heat of the moment today. Having a great day. Keep accepting. Nice, dude. So you had some practice days followed by a great day. You're having a few ups and downs. That's not a problem. I like the way you put it there. It's practice. You're not making it into a problem. So congrats. Congrats, congrats. Wow, that was a that was quite the rant that we had today, chat. Quite the rant that we had today, but I feel like it was needed. I feel like it was needed. So, Dwayne, what's up, dude? Welcome, man. Wonder Bro, I have a question. Does anxiety cause negative thoughts, which bring emotions like anger, depression, etc.? I would really appreciate the help, man. So, does anxiety, the emotion of anxiety itself, cause negative thoughts? Well, when you're in a tired nervous system, or when your mind is a bit tired, you could say that anxiety leads to more thoughts. Yeah, that's a fair statement. However, at the end of the day, let's not overcomplicate it, because at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to help us, not necessarily understanding every little detail of this, but at the end of the day, what's going to help us more than anything, and what's going to lead us to healing, is to be able to have these thoughts and have these feelings, and to stop getting involved, which means to stop trying to get up there and argue and fight with them, and just switch it to an attitude of acceptance, which in this stream we kind of said was kind of like retiring from your job up there in the head. Stop working up there, right? Retire, man. It's time to retire from that job. That job doesn't pay. That job doesn't pay. It's got no benefits. There's no 401k. There's nothing. It's just the most stressful job in the world to work up in your mind, which means to fight with every thought and feeling. Most stressful damn job in the world. Most stressful damn job in the world. Um, every AM waking up and singing, taking showers, much as thoughts come. I'm like, another day, practice day, and noticing don't need your videos as a reminder before actually just saying hello. That's awesome. That's awesome, Foodie. So proud of you, dude. Proud of you, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep the ball rolling. You're definitely on the right track. And like I said, guys, if there's anybody out there right now that would prefer a more one-on-one experience, I do offer coaching sessions. I'll give you a ring, I'll give you a call. We'll speak together over the phone. So far, I've done a handful of those. People seem to really enjoy them. People seem to really enjoy them. They are completely optional. I pretty much go over everything here, but if you think you'd benefit from a one-on-one experience, then let's get it. Stop being shy. Let's get it. Toss me a DM, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Toss me a DM on the Discord. Don't wait around. There's several people in the chat right now that I've already spoken to, and they can vouch for me. It's a good experience. So if it's something that you're interested in, don't be shy. Get up with me. Hit me up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Also, again, thank you so much for our tippers, man. I really appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate it. It lets me know that you guys, you enjoy this sort of thing. So I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it for real. Feel like it's an addiction. Somehow I need to do something about it. You're right. It is an addiction, which what is an addiction? It's basically just a habit. It's the same thing at the end of the day, right? How do you break a habit? You become aware of it while you're doing it. Make the choice not to. So, when you've got these thoughts and feelings, you're up there fighting with it up in your head, you got to be aware of it. Now so you've had some good days and now you're kind of waiting for the big boom breakdown. Okay, well, that means you're up in your head. You're working up in your head. You're following all these thoughts instead of accepting them, right? And saying, you know what? I don't work up there anymore. I'm just going to accept these thoughts and feelings. Man, I'm burpy. Absolutely, he's the truth. Hit him up now. I can vouch for it. I appreciate that, Dwayne. I did enjoy our time together, dude. It was nice. I have weeks thinking, yes, I think I'm getting this, and I'm getting better. Then I start to get worse again. So basically, what you mean is you start to get into the bad habit again. Working up in the head. Working up in the head. Always clocked in on there. Always fighting with every thought and feeling. So a little bit of up and down, that's normal. That happens. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. You don't build a great skill overnight. What would be the best time to contact me? You can toss me a DM at any time, and then we'll kind of work on it from there. We'll kind of get everything ironed out and figured out from there. So yeah, that would be fine. You can toss me a DM pretty much at any time, and then we'll go from there, and we'll see what we can do. I'm going to drop a link to the Discord chat. Even if you don't necessarily want to be a part of the chat, you can still join us over there. I send out live notifications. That's one good reason to join us over there. Another good reason would be if you're interested in the coaching, you can join up over there and send me a DM. I'm always on Discord. But if you don't feel like making a Discord, toss me a DM on the Instagram, man. Toss me a DM on the Instagram, the Vacate Fear Facebook page, all that stuff. All that stuff. All that stuff. You're absolutely right, Kevin. Engaging with the scary negative thoughts, the reason it stresses the nerves out is because you're just fueling them. You're just doing what we call worry. When we say engage with a negative intrusive thought, that means you start worrying about it, aka talking to yourself about it. So worry equals anxiety. And that's why when we engage with these scary negative thoughts, instead of just accepting them and calling them out, like, hey, there's that thought, instead of engaging, even though it's very tempting to engage, right? But when you call it out, you stop the cycle. And this takes practice. So when you engage with them, you do what we call worry. And your nerves doesn't like that. Your nerves does not like worry one single bit. Your nerves does not like worry one single bit, so you're a lot like a hamster in a hamster wheel at this point. Right? So, Tom said, I feel like I don't have much of a personality because of DPDR. Whether we're talking about DPDR, whether we're talking about this symptom or that symptom, it all comes down to you're beating your nerves up, and it's kind of like a hamster in a hamster wheel because you get these feelings, and then you start telling horror stories. Okay, your nerves doesn't like worry, so you just gave your nerves a bit of a beating. So you get these thoughts and you engage with them instead of accepting them, which means you start worrying about them. So you just gave your nerves a little bit more of a beating. Do you see where we're going with this? It's all the same thing at the end of the day. And what did Dr. Claire Weeks mean by second fear? What does second fear equal? Second fear just equals worry, guys. And some people say, well, worry is not a choice. It is. You got to understand, you're living a lie if you think that worry is not a choice. How do you break the addiction of worry? Acceptance. How do you practice acceptance? Each time you get these feelings and each time you get these thoughts, you make the conscious choice to remind yourself, okay, I'm just going to let it be. You call yourself out on it when you're up there doing the worrying, right? You become self-aware and you hold yourself accountable. This is how you practice any skill, right? You see where we're going with this? You see where we're going with this, chat? I think everyone's pretty much on board. It's just a matter of practice. I think everyone is pretty much on board. It's really just a matter of practice. And how do you practice? You got to call yourself out on it. I think I'm having an attack now in the moment. Should just sit it out. Well, first and foremost, understand that I know we call it panic attacks. You're not actually being attacked by anything. You've got your body's built-in protection mechanism that's a little out of whack right now. You have two choices. You can start telling yourself horror stories about it and working yourself up doing what we call worry, or you can get yourself with some little reminders into a place where you're like, okay, these feelings are here. These thoughts might come too. Thoughts, feelings, thoughts, whatever. Right? Okay? But I'm not going to engage in the worry. I'm just going to let these thoughts do as they will. Let these feelings do as they will. It's really about being neutral. So understand that no matter what it is you're experiencing with anxiety, you always have a choice. A lot of times we convince ourselves that we have no choice, but you absolutely have a choice on whether or not you engage in the worry or whether or not you allow these thoughts and feelings to be as they are. Not necessarily comfortable, believe me, I understand, but that choice still remains. that choice is there. Whether we're talking about comfort or discomfort, that choice still remains, that choice still is there. If you're interested, timing that you have a live session now. Okay, I think you're saying, what is the odds that I'm live streaming while you're going through that. So good timing. Good timing, I guess. But yeah, if anybody's interested in a one-on-one call, we can have a little voice chat together. Get up with me, shoot me a DM. I'll go over the details with you, give you all the info you need to know. I'll do my best to get back to every person that's interested in that. But for those of you who just want to stick to the videos, man, you actually got to use it. I want you to hear those words. You actually got to use it. Otherwise, I'm just wasting my breath. You got to start calling yourself out on your shit, and you actually got to use it, right? So every time you get these thoughts and feelings, you start to engage in the worry, you got to call yourself out on that shit, right? And you got to practice that attitude of acceptance. So, there it is right there. The practice is right there on the table for you. So whether or not you do the coaching with me, that's up to you, but the practice is right there. Anybody can pick it up and use it. You've got what you need now. So whether or not you do it, the ball's in your court. I can't do it for you, right? Ball is definitely in your court at this point. But if you are interested in that, reach out to me. Reach out to me. But like I said, somebody said they're broken, chat. That's not a problem. Everything you need to know has already been laid out on the table for you. It's already there, dude. It's right there. You can pick it up and use it. The ball's in your court. The coaching is just something that I offer for people who want it, for people who feel like they need that one-on-one experience. But, at the end of the day, everything you need to know has already been laid out for you. It's already right there. So, even if you're broke, no big deal. Just pick it up. You already got it. Pick it up. Use it. Pick it up and use it, right? When you get these thoughts and feelings and you notice that you're engaging in the worry, you got to call yourself out on that shit, and you got to practice acceptance instead. It's all about getting quiet. Stop fighting with the thoughts and feelings, And I've got hundreds of videos that go into that. But if you know, you know, right? Now it's time to start practicing. You can watch the videos, you can watch the streams, but you got to put in the practice too, right? Or else you're just wasting your own time. So, I got hundreds of videos that lays that out right there. You don't have to watch all hundreds of videos to understand what I'm saying. You watch this stream, you already know what I'm saying. Now it's time to use it. It's time to practice it. You can watch the videos if you want, but if you're not doing the practice, then you're not doing the practice, right? So it's right there. It's laid out for you. It's right there. It's laid out for you. Now you got to put in the work, right? Now you got to put in the work. No excuses. No excuses. Let's see here. Check the Discord, see if we got anybody new over on the Discord. I love the Discord chat. You guys are like one big family. Love it, love it, love it, man. Love it. Hey, what's up? Cool, you late to the stream, dude? You can always catch it back once it gets uploaded, assuming YouTube doesn't mess it up somehow. It will be uploaded. But whether you hate these feelings or you hate these thoughts, fact of the matter is, whether you engage with the worry over these feelings and thoughts is going to be your choice, right? This is the habit we got to break. It's an addiction, man. We did a whole stream where we compared it to an addiction because it's damn true. It's damn true. So I understand where you're coming from. I feel for you, but we got to break this addiction, man. We got to break this addiction. All right, guys, we're approaching that hour mark. This was a really solid stream, and honestly, this is probably going to be one of my more popular uploads because I'm really going to push this one. This was a really crucial stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this one right here so that we're not sitting around just in the quiet for too long and dragging on too long. I want to end this one here because, like I said, this was a really important, crucial stream, and I don't want it to upload at 2 hours, right? I want to keep it all right here. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Don't be shy. Get up with me if you want that one-on-one. If not, make sure you're practicing the advice. Either way, you've got no excuses. So let's get at it. I love you guys. Thank you again so much for watching. Thank you for all of the recent new subscribers. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok, man. We're on TikTok now. Vacate Fear, guys. I love you. Again, thank you so much for all that you do. You can live a better life, and it starts with you, man. It starts with putting in that work. Cut out the bullshit. All right? I love you guys, and I'll see you all very, very soon. And until next time.